Rick Wallace.
And I have Don Holly here with me.
Three phases, dressage, cross-country, show jump. And you're out on course and something's going wrong or going right. You know how to react to what they're doing.
It was built originally to be a schooling facility, and so everything's set up very conveniently.
Welcome everybody to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. This is episode 10 in season 3. We are so excited to bring you this segment, and this is our intro segment, and we have some special guests that we're going to have you look at. But first, John, let's catch up on what you've been doing for the last, couple of weeks.
Yeah. So I just got back from Chattahoochee Hills and just had a young horse up there, did his first modified. It was a good weekend. So had fun up there. Haven't been up to Chat in a while.
That was the Fern Hill horse?
Yeah, Fern Hill Copane, Kurt. So he did his first modified. And
I love that horse.
Yeah, I haven't done many modifieds. And I have to say, I walked that one and I thought, wow, this is a lot closer to preliminary than training. So it's interesting talking to different designers about modifieds, like, I think they're still struggling a little bit to figure out what exactly modified is supposed to be. But it was a great track. Hugh did a really good job. And my horse anyway was certainly better for having run around it. So it was good. How about you? What have you been up to?
It's interesting you bring that up, because that was a topic of conversation for the Professional Horseman Council that I sit on. Shannon Lilly heads it up to part of the USEA. It was the ERA of NA, but we've migrated into USEA. And the modified, I think, John, you remember when we were having that rider discussion, what qualifies you as a rider in divisions like beginner, novice rider, training rider, modified rider, on up through intermediate. And so one of the interesting discussions is the 1-star, right?
Yeah,
that we have FEI put in place and put the 1-star in. And a lot of people have the concept that the 1-star is after the modified, but in actuality, because it was modeled after the training 3-day, it's actually below modified. So the 1-star, it goes training, 1-star, modified, prelim. So yeah. I just wanted to bring that out in discussion. So yeah, modified, I think, is put out there to be the stepping stone to prelim. So I guess you can find some more modifieds a little bit more geared up to the upper maximum, and some toward the minimum that would be closer to training, maximum closer to prelim.
Right, which does happen at all levels anyway, doesn't it? Yeah. It just, and the other thing is, like, to that point, the modified, I know the dimensions of the fences on cross country modified is actually bigger than 1-star. So it
is bigger than a 1-star. That's what I'm
saying. Like it measures bigger.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think there was some kind of discussion, and I know when we get Max on, we talk about having Max in, about Max Corcoran, about she was wanting to take the modified and pull it closer to the 1-star, but that kind of defeats the purpose of the modified, because it was supposed to be a stepping stone. And I don't think bringing the specifications down would then be that stepping stone that we all wanted between training and prelim. So
yeah, you might be right. I think there's certainly a lot of discussion to be had there. I think for the organizers, it would make a lot of sense to have modified and 1-star be the same, because otherwise they're going to have yet another set of fences out there on cross country.
But the problem is it's the FEI. So the FEI is not going to change their
right.
Their 1-star, and it'll be moved closer to the 1-star, which is just a little bit bigger than the training. It defeats the big gap between training and prelim. That's just my input. We can have another show on that.
I think it's a good conversation. We should certainly get into it.
Right.
And we can, we can do that here.
I know
we can do that here. And I think when we get Maxim, we certainly, maybe that's like a little tease for one of our upcoming shows for sure. Cause it's a pretty hotly debated thing. So Rick, I actually, while I was at Chet Hills, I got Grant Showalter, who is a sponsor of our show and actually sponsors me as well and helps me out with my horses. I got him cornered. He doesn't love doing interviews. So I got him cornered while he was working on Kurt and asked him some questions. And I thought it'd be kind of fun for everybody here to get to see exactly what Grant does. Be a good opportunity for Grant too, to be able to show you guys what he does. So let's just quick check it out. We'll see Grant working on Kurt.
What are you doing?
Well, assessing your horse. See if I can find some tightness in his body, and then I'm going to release it. So right shoulder, right side. It's a little bit tight this morning, which is normal for him. So start on the left side, and I'm going to release all this, so we'll be ready to win the dressage.
Oh man, pressure's on. So when you do these guys, how often do you like to do them, like if they're in your regular deal?
Well, it depends on the horse. A lot of horses will hold it for 3 to 4 weeks. Some horses I need to see every 2 weeks.
Right.
Just depends on their level of work, how hard they are on their body.
And so you do this, and this is, I mean, like you're massaging them now, basically, right?
Yeah.
But then you also do pressure point stuff, yeah?
Yeah, this is a trigger point. So I'm working on areas that, like trigger point areas, especially in the hind end, that release the back.
Right.
We'll see in a minute. So it's kind of a trigger point deep tissue technique. Yeah, so he's a little bit tight in this area, so right now we're doing a little breaking this loose. And working this area back here, trigger point area for his back, so that helps release the rest of this out of his long muscles in the back.
How long have you been doing this?
Oh, I've been doing this. Started training when I was 17, 18. So,
And had you done horses before that?
yeah, I grew up with horses.
Okay.
I grew up on a farm in Virginia, farming and riding horses. I never really rode or competed like in the English world until I started doing this, and then a few years into this, I lived out in Portland, Oregon, and rode up through training level for about 2 years.
Right, and who'd you ride with out there?
Julie Hook.
Right,
Yeah.
Julian Malcolm.
Julie and Malcolm. But yeah, I've been doing this like 18, 19 years. But I traveled around for the first part of my career. I did a lot of horse shows. I just recently started working locally in Ocala, doing barns in my area. I'm not traveling to as many shows, but I did a lot of shows on the West Coast, Montana. I did Rolex every year for years. And then I traveled over in Europe quite a bit,
Cool.
doing Badminton, Burley, and Pau. A lot of fun, and I really enjoyed that. Doing a lot of traveling and working at the shows and stuff was good.
If people are in Ocala or basically southeast, is that basically your region?
Yeah, I come up here to like this area. I go out to
So up into Georgia.
Georgia. I go out to Nashville a few times a year for a couple barns.
Yeah.
But mainly, yeah, down in the Florida area. And there, now all that's gone. You see how soft this is now?
Yep.
So he was pretty tight in this area, and we got all that to release.
Sweet. I'm guaranteed to win. Kurt, you better keep yourself together, man.
I'll do the other side.
So how long does one horse usually take you?
Depends on how tight they are. Some horses release their back quicker than others. But if it's a horse that I've been working on regularly, 15 to 20 minutes, normally I can get them to let everything go.
Cool.
And sometimes when I see a new client, like a new horse that's, been sore for a long time, it takes a couple treatments to get everything to be really soft and relaxed. Like a lot of times they'll be tight in their shoulders, and it'll be, I get a lot out of them in the first treatment, but if I get a couple consecutive treatments, I can get their shoulders and everything to really open up. But it's like people, each horse is different, so you kind of have to tailor it to them.
What do you think, Kurt? It's pretty good, huh? Oh, yeah.
All right. So thanks again to Grant for taking the time, or I actually didn't have much of a choice, Grant, but for not punching me when I pulled my phone out, and we did that. And so then as long as we're, Yeah, he does. Honestly, the horse put in one of the best tests actually the best test he's put in, and having Grant work on him right beforehand certainly helped.
So that means you won the modified then.
No, because I had a pole in show jumping, but he was very good.
But you won the dressage then.
No, but he put in the best test the horses put in.
Well, there you go. I was trying to get you to win.
I know. I didn't win, but it was very good. He was very good. We're building the horse, Rick. Come on. So then the other thing, since we're kind of doing this, because we also had Philip Roger, who is a chiropractor. He's a friend of ours. He and his family have been through a lot of stuff. And I've always, he sponsors me on horses as well. He sponsored the show in the past, and I took a couple of minutes with him when he was at my farm a couple weeks ago working on horses, just to catch up with him and find out exactly what he does. So let's take a quick gander at him as well.
All right, so I'm here with Dr. Philip Roger with Synchrony Chiropractic, and thanks for taking the time to talk to us.
Yeah, definitely.
So just tell us a little bit about sort of who you are, what you guys do, and maybe why you're in Ocala.
Yeah, so my wife and I were both certified animal chiropractors, and we provide on-site chiropractic care for not only like horses and dogs, but we do chiropractic care for people as well. And our goal with our business is to keep all of our riders, the horses, the dogs, the handlers, keep everyone, the whole team in sync, working together so that you guys can achieve all the goals you have set out to do, because you're not paying high fees for entries into all of these events to not do well. And so we want to keep everyone performing at their best and just keep everyone feeling good. Now, we moved to Ocala in 2016 because we originally were going to open up an office up in Jacksonville, and long story short, it just didn't pan out. And then we moved to Ocala, where my wife was already a certified animal chiropractor at the time, and I didn't know much about Ocala. And then after we moved, found out it was the horse capital of the world. Business has been getting busier, and so then last year I decided that I was going to get my certification as well, and it has been one of the most rewarding things I've ever done, getting to work with awesome horses like this, like Prophet, and work with awesome people like John. And it has just been an amazing ride so far, and we just love Ocala and everyone here in general.
Yeah, well, and I appreciate you guys coming. It's so nice for me because, like, tonight you came out, you did 2 of the horses, one that's getting ready to go to WEC. You did Prophet here, who's getting back into like his regular routine and working quite hard, which is great because it's so easy for me because I can feel the difference after you work on them. But the other nice thing for me, being selfish, is you also do people. So
Yes.
like you came out tonight, worked on me, then you worked on the horses. I feel great. The horses feel great. And it's kind of a rare treat really for me to have somebody who can do both.
And that's the thing that we found so much with our clients that have horses, is the one thing most people don't have that have horses is time. So to schedule an appointment, to go to an office, to sit down, do the rigmarole at the office, get adjusted, then go home, it's taken an hour and a half, 2 hours of your day. Whereas when we can just come on site, get the horses and you adjusted, and not essentially like waste your time scheduling appointments and having to cancel them, we're right here on site.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I really appreciate it. Thanks for taking the time. Thanks for keeping us in one piece. We appreciate that.
Yes.
Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
All right. So thanks to Philip as well. I will say both of those guys have been really a big part of my horses. And if you're looking for a chiropractor, Philip Roger and Synchrony Chiropractic are awesome. And obviously Grant Showalter Bodywork is amazing as well. So both those guys are great. Make sure you guys check them out. Rick, we're going to be right back with Mr. Leslie Law. So let's go take a break and check them out. Want to advertise on the John and Rick Show? Contact John at 352-875-8622.
Or call Rick at 850-879-2649.
For a horse owner on the road, your trailer is essential. No one enjoys being stuck on the road. At Horse Trailer Pros, we repair, renovate, and maintain all makes and models of horse trailers. We work directly with your insurance company or manufacturer for warranty repairs and insurance claims. Our state-of-the-art facility provides quick turnaround, and friendly customer service. Considering a living quarter conversion? We do those too. Find comfort on the road with Horse Trailer Pros. Call or text 352-804-2131. HorseTrailerPros.com.
Jay and Pip Hambley of Glenarden Farms are located in Fergus, Ontario, Canada, and Williston, Florida. Looking to get an edge at the competitions? Jay and Pip will use their years of experience as advanced level competitors to teach, coach, and train you and your horse to be your best. Looking for your next horse? Pip is one of the best and specializes in sourcing quality thoroughbreds. Jay is a level 4-5 FEI course designer and designs extensively throughout the world. Come compete at the recognized horse trials in Canada this summer. They also have cross-country jumps in stock for you to take home, or Jay can custom build exactly what you need. Contact Pip at 519-820-0586.
Hey, Rick here. Do you have a horse suffering from poor performance, anxiety and fear, low appetite, agitation, or nervousness? Stress Less can help. Stress Less, the hot horse remedy, is veterinarian-developed, all-natural formula that promotes calmness, focus, and mood balance in horses experiencing stress related to training, showing, racing, stall rest, and travel. This equine supplement encourages calmness, focus, and mood balance without affecting the motor skills or energy levels of your horse. It promotes a more willing and balanced temperament with no drowsiness or impaired function, resulting in increased focus, a calm mind, and a happier horse and rider. Try Stress Less today and see for yourself why we think Stress Less is the best hot horse remedy you will find. Check us out at centerlinedistribution.net and on Facebook and Instagram as Stressless Horse Supplement. Welcome back to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. This is our second segment. It's brought to you by Stressless. And everybody out there, Stressless is a great calming supplement for your horses. We all have ours on it. It's great, and you should give it a whirl. So Leslie Law's joining us from across the pond. Leslie, you're over there in the capacity of the under 20 or under 25. What are you doing over there for us?
Well, I've come over to be like the chef to keep for the Nations Cup at Houghton.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and so we've got two of the E25 riders on that, which is Cornelia Dorr and Isabel Bosley, and then we've got Caroline Martin, who's in development, and
Awesome.
Cool. And so we want to get into all of that, Les, but I think before we do that, the one thing that I wanted to talk a little bit about, and I'm assuming you do as well, was Kentucky and more importantly, Tryon, actually. So you went to Tryon, you had 3 horses in the 4-star and had a pretty awesome weekend. So just tell us who did you have there at Tryon, and how did that weekend go for you?
Yeah, I ended up, the plan really was obviously to have typically Fernhill and Lady Chatterley there. And then as a result of Land Rover, where Voltaire de Tray ended up with his hind legs in the ditch, and we didn't make it out of the coffin without a 20 penalties. I chose to jump a couple more fences, pull him up, and redirect him to Tryon. So that's how I ended up with three horses in the 4-star long. So and it was a great weekend. It started out typically Fernhill was the first of my 3 horses, followed by Voltaire de Tray and then Lady Chatterley.
And real quick, Les, when you have that with those multiple horses, I just think this is interesting for people who are listening to know. Did you get any input as to what the order was that those horses got to go?
No, that was entirely the draw done by Tryon. So they went in the order that Tryon made the draw. So no, I didn't get any decision in that. And in some ways, I think it's probably the best way. I think sometimes when you perhaps try to be clever and try to have the horses in the way that you perhaps want them. I don't think it always comes off. I think sometimes it's better just to crack on with what you're given and just get your head down and get it done in that respect.
Right. Because I would assume if they had asked you in the beginning, you wouldn't have had the greener of the three horses be the first one out. And yet it seemed like all in all, the weekend went great anyway.
Yeah, for sure. Typically Fernhill and Lady Chatterley, they were doing their first 4-star long. But I mean, I think, I've ridden in so many of those events now. I'm a little bit, I'm getting quite old these days. So you just get your head down and you ride what you've got, and you ride the courses that are in front of you. You ride the horses you're sat on, and every horse is a little bit different, and you just got to crack on and get it done.
That you did. You had some good placing. Was it Lady Chatterling that was your top placing horse?
Yeah, Lady Chatterley, she, like we just said, she was the last of my three horses to go, and she finished third. She did a great dressage. She got a 29 point something. Really stepped up to the plate on the cross country. Like I said, it was her first 4-star long, and so she'd never, faced a challenge quite as big as that. And she was awesome. She's come quite a long way, and she felt really confident, and she was just like 1.2 or 1.6 time faults. I forget which it was. And put a great show jumping round in on the last day. The other two horses, Voltaire to Trey, he ended up finishing 5th. And the typically Fernhill horse, as John was saying, he went out, and I don't know. I mean, he's a very exciting horse. He's fabulous jumper, very bold. We did have an unfortunate 20 at the corner, which was coming out of the water, and I think really the horse perhaps jumped. It was a rail bounced down a step into the water, and I think the horse perhaps surprised me a little bit in that he was bolder than I probably anticipated, and I ended up getting to stir as he bounced in, realizing he was going in so bold. And it was a little bit of a rookie error on his part, and I should have been quicker with my reactions. So, yeah. But he's proved that he's going to be a phenomenal horse. Quite honestly, he's very exciting. And again, he show jumped clear on the last day. 3 horses. I was thinking by the time I went with Lady Chatterley, I'd probably run out of luck or something, because I'd already jumped 2 clear rounds. But they're all good jumpers. And
I know that was amazing. 3 clear show jump rounds. You were the man.
Yeah, no, they are all good jumpers, and really I've just got to get the job done right. I've just got to get the preparation right in the warm up, make sure I don't do too much with them, and let them go in and do their job and not get in their way, quite honest.
Right. Well, and you certainly did that. They were great rounds.
Are we still there?
Yeah, you're still here. I think this is going to work. I will say, and I'll be interested to get some feedback from everybody on the show, but I think people are pretty forgiving of some of the technology stuff that happens from time to time. And we can hear you and understand what you're saying. So I think we'll be okay. We'll see what our producer Joel has to say. But they were beautiful rounds. It was, I thought, a tough enough show jump track. There certainly weren't just
Yeah.
clear round after clear round. And so it was pretty impressive, Les, having you go in on 3 very different horses and get clear rounds. I mean, Splash, Voltaire de Trait, he's a horse that I remember watching as a young horse thinking he jumped sort of preliminary height at about preliminary and a half inch, and he jumps advanced height at about advanced and an inch. He's just so efficient and knows exactly what to do and is absolutely allergic to the rails. And then you have typically Fernhill, who he just is so dang scopy and just leaps over the fences. So that's got to be a little bit of a challenge, I would think. Those different rides and being able to go in there and produce those clear rounds on the 3 of them is pretty remarkable.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, they're all very good jumpers in their own right, and they are different. Like you said, typically Fernhill absolutely balloons up around the jump. You know, he can get a little bit, come into the fences a little bit hot. So, you know, I've just got to just support him enough not to let him get too past the distance. And then so long as I can do that, you know, he's going to jump up around the jumps. And like you said, Voltaire de Trait, yeah, he jumps as high as he needs to, but he's very correct. You know, he's a super technician in front, and he does enough behind. And then Lady Chatterley, she's a much more, you gotta give her a ride in the show jumping, and because she can be a little bit more lucky at the jump sometimes, but that's, you know, she's grown up so much in the last 18 months, and you've just, you know, you gotta give her faith, and then put your faith in her to let her go and do her job. And I thought she jumped great as well. So yeah, you've just got to get off one horse and get on the other, and you know, make sure your head is in the right game for each horse. And I think that's the most important thing, is once you've jumped one horse and you've jumped a clear round, is to get on the next one and give yourself 2 minutes, and just let your head get in the game for that one, and so on with the third one, type of thing. Just do exactly that. I think it's important, you know, like, yeah, I've jumped clear, now I got to get off, and now I've just got to give myself 5 minutes. I haven't got long because there's not that many horses in between each one, but you just got to give yourself a few minutes to let yourself calm down and get your head back in the game for each particular horse.
Right. No, it was cool to watch. And like you said, there weren't a ton of horses, so you had to be really efficient about it, but you were stone cold, man. So we're going to take a break. We're going to see if we can keep this signal good enough to get you for at least one more segment here. So again, Rick, we just want to say thanks to Stress Less. This was the Stress Less segment. And like Rick said, it is a great calming supplement. It definitely takes the edge off the horses, helps you with the training. So if you guys have a horse that gets a little bit excited and loses focus, check out Stress Less. We're going to be right back with Mr. Law in a minute.
I'm Gabby Ruane, and I run Ruane Eventing. I run my program out of Reddick, Florida. I start off in the morning bringing the horses in, feeding, and then tacking up and riding pretty much all day. It's always a busy day here with multiple horses in training. When Mufasa first arrived, he was quite sensitive and reactive as a young horse. I decided to start him on Stress Less. I've tried quite a few other supplements, and I felt like they all dulled him. Stress Less was the first supplement that really let me get through his tough moments, but I felt like he could still keep that spark that made him special. Stress Less helps keep Mufasa calm but responsive even through his tough moments. When Mufasa first arrived, he was quite reactive and sensitive, and I needed something to help me get him through those tough moments. Mufasa began his career as an event horse last year, and this year I hope to move him up to the preliminary level and then end the year with a 2-star long. I'm Gabby Ruane, and I would recommend Stress Less to anyone who wants their horse more focused and rideable overall.
Hi, my name's Leslie Law, and we are a proud supporter of Jump for Joy. We've been using their portable cross-country jumps now for about 10 to 15 years. We love these jumps because, as you can see, they're very easy to move. It would only take another person on the other side, and I could place this fence wherever I wanted to very easily.
Rick Wallace here, bringing you Equibrew, a live probiotic that is geared to help your horse's gut health. I'm a true believer in this Equibrew, and it really makes a difference in all of my horses. Equibrew is safe, non-toxic, and clean sport compliant for FEI and racing events. Equibrew is an intact fermentation product with very high numbers of beneficial microbes. Order at equibrew.com or 850-879-2649.
Summit Joint Performance, the injectable joint supplement used by numerous international and Olympic riders, invites you to experience the winning Summit difference. Made of all natural ingredients, Summit increases mobility and comfort. Win your class with Summit Joint Performance. Welcome back to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros, and we are still joined by Leslie Law, the Athens gold medalist. And Leslie, you're wearing a different hat over in England this weekend. You have to go around your homeland in Team America kit, so that's got to be kind of fun, I would think. And I know you like to sort of poke the bear occasionally, so it must be kind of fun walking around all your old friends and all your Team USA stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome because our kit is way better than theirs. So, yeah, I really enjoy it.
Okay, and so you're over there now getting ready with who for what?
So we got Cornelia Dorr and Isabel Bosley, who are both on the E25s, and we got Caroline Martin, who's in development representing the US, because it's the Nations Cup here in Britain this weekend at Houghton Horse Trials. So we've got basically a young developing team, but I think it's a great opportunity for them to be in this team space. I'm a true believer that the more we can get our E25s and developing riders into this space of team experience, I think it's extremely valuable for them and the US going forward. Obviously those opportunities are not readily available back in the US, and so we come over here, and this is going to be hopefully a great opportunity for them, and and a very good experience. And then following on from Houghton, Isabel, Caroline and Ali are all going up to Bramham to do the 4-star long. Isabel will be in the under 25 competition up there, and then Caroline and Ali will be in the senior 4-star long.
I guess we should say Ali Knowles, correct? And Ali Knowles is going to be on Mary Poppins. Yes. Is that correct? Okay. And yeah. Isabel, what's Isabel's horse's name?
Oh, I don't know.
We're all going to know soon because she's going to do so darn well. It's going to be a household name.
That's right. Yeah, be all over it.
She's going to be great.
Very good. So the 4 long, when you get done at Houghton Hall, then you head over there. You're staying the whole time? Is that the next? How far out is that?
Yeah, it's. I mean, I suppose in the perfect world, it's a little bit quick, really, because we finish Houghton on Sunday, and then the horses basically have 9 days before leaving for Bramham on the Tuesday, so they have about 9 days in between leaving for Bramham again. So, in the perfect world, it probably, you know, it's a little bit quick, but it is what it is, and we're gonna have to, you know, it is what the competition is, and we're gonna have to make the most of it, and you know, get it done. You know, use that time in between, you know, not to do too much with them, get the horses freshened up a little bit, and do enough with them, but not overdo it as well.
Yeah, and is that partly because these are funded trips, and so the way the competitions fell, it made sense to send these horses for these two competitions?
Yeah, because you know, obviously they are Isabel and Caroline are funded. Cornelia's been over here since January. She's spending the year over here. She's based herself with Kevin McNabb, which again is, you know, great for her. And then Ali's come over on her own steam to do, you know, to get some experience in a team, and then go on to Bramham. And so, yeah, it's a little bit, you know, we could, in the perfect world, you'd like the Nations Cup competition a week earlier for us, quite honestly. But like I said, it is what it is. And, you know, you've got to just make the most of it and work with what you have. And, you know, do what you can.
I've got one more question for you here, Les, and I'm going to turn it over to Rick, but will that affect how quickly you have these horses going at the Nations Cup competition, or are you going to go to the Nations Cup to be as competitive as possible, or what's the plan there?
Well, obviously when we get up to Houghton on Wednesday, we'll have a meeting with the girls. You know, I think a little bit, possibly the going, you know, it'll depend on what the going's like on the cross country. That I won't know till I get there and we walk the course. You know, but if the conditions are right and everything's right, I want to go to the Nations Cup and be competitive. You know, I think it's important to know how to be competitive. And you know, like we don't have these opportunities, so I think we've got to grasp them while we can. And I think if the footing is good on the cross country, I think we should go out and be competitive. So and you know, and then be sensible with the time we have in between that competition and Bramham. And like I said, I think, you know, I think if we're sensible and we don't overdo it in between the competitions, I think we can go to Houghton, and I want to run to be competitive.
Got it.
But obviously it will depend. It will depend when we get up there and we see what the ground's like, and when I've talked to all four girls as well.
Sure. Rick, you got time for one more?
Yeah, Leslie, so you get done over there, you come back over. Obviously, we have Bobby Costello on board to the World Championships, and you are the 25 and under coach, but you're over there doing some extra stuff for us. What does it look like for the fall for your under 25 program? What is your big aim after you get back from there?
Well, we'll certainly spend the summer going around, visiting the athletes that are on those two programs and doing some training. And then last year I did quite a bit of going to some of the bigger competitions, and I think that was a very good, I think that worked very well, being at the bigger competitions and, you know, walking courses, being in the warm-ups. So I will be going out to Rebecca Farms, because that will be a chance to see the riders in a sort of international type competition from the West Coast, which isn't always easy to do. So we made that a destination event for me to go to this year. So, you know, I can see those riders in that kind of, you know, in that space, in that kind of competition. And then there is the possibility that we will do another trip back over here in the fall for another 3-day event. So it's not confirmed as yet, but we are talking about it, and it is in the pipeline to perhaps hopefully bring another set of riders back over for another furlong in the fall.
Ooh, this is
Very good.
good. We're getting the inside scoop, Rick, like
Love it.
ahead of everybody. This is awesome. All right. Well, listen, Leslie, I really appreciate you taking the time. I know you're sitting in your car. It's raining because it's England, and it's reminding you why you moved. So I will just tell you, it's like, I don't know, 90. I've been out working on my pool. It's beautiful here.
Yeah.
The grass is green. I know it's green there too, but it's green here because of sunshine, not rain. So
Yeah.
enjoy yourself. I hope you get
I
a
can smell
sausage
you from
roll and a good cup of English breakfast tea.
Thank you.
All right, man.
Thank you,
We'll be right back. Have a good luck. Actually, before I even say that, Les, good luck over there. We'll be cheering for the girls and you, and make sure you guys do a great job. Have fun.
For a horse owner on the road, your trailer is essential. No one enjoys being stuck on the road. At Horse Trailer Pros, we repair, renovate, and maintain all makes and models of horse trailers. We work directly with your insurance company or manufacturer for warranty repairs and insurance claims. Our state-of-the-art facility provides quick turnaround and friendly customer service. Considering a living quarter conversion? We do those too. Find comfort on the road with Horse Trailer Pros. Call or text 352-804-2131. HorseTrailerPros.com.
I'm Gabby Ruane, and I run Ruane Eventing. I run my program out of Reddick, Florida. I start off in the morning bringing the horses in, feeding, and then tacking up and riding pretty much all day. It's always a busy day here with multiple horses in training. When Mufasa first arrived, he was quite sensitive and reactive as a young horse. I decided to start him on Stress Less. I've tried quite a few other supplements and I felt like they all dulled him. Stress Less was the first supplement that really let me get through his tough moments, but I felt like he could still keep that spark that made him special. Stress Less helps keep Mufasa calm but responsive even through his tough moments. When Mufasa first arrived, he was quite reactive and sensitive, and I needed something to help me get him through those tough moments. Mufasa began his career as an event horse last year, and this year I hope to move him up to the preliminary level and then end the year with a 2-star long. I'm Gabby Ruane, and I would recommend Stress Less to anyone who wants their horse more focused and rideable overall.
Rick Wallace here, bringing you Equibrew, a live probiotic that is geared to help your horse's gut health. I'm a true believer in this Equibrew, and it really makes a difference in all of my horses. Equibrew is safe, non-toxic, and clean sport compliant for FEI and racing events. Equibrew is an intact fermentation product with very high numbers of beneficial microbes. Order at equibrew.com or 850-879-2649.
Welcome to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros, and we are very excited to be joined by Miss Tamie Smith, fresh back from an amazing performance over at Badminton Horse Trials. Tamie, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So
Thanks, Tamie.
it was a great performance. You had really 3 awesome phases that had to feel great. So congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. It did feel great.
I was so impressed. I was waking up and I was cheering and I was yelling for the Black Stallion in you, and boy, did you just do it. So congratulations. I know you had you did a marathon there for a bit, didn't you? So take us through. I know Kentucky was a little bit hard on you with the nice mare that you had. I hope she's doing good. But take us from Kentucky, getting through that, and then getting over to Badminton and having to put on the Badminton hat.
Yeah. I mean, I felt like I was kind of primed and ready to have a really good Kentucky with my mare too. And it was just like super unfortunate. That horse I swear, literally had everything that you could possibly imagine happen to her throughout her life. And things that you've never heard of. And she still comes back. I was like, she's a cat or a cockroach. I don't know what she is, but she's
a combination.
She's a combination. She's from another world. So I had a good dressage, and she was lit. I mean, the cross country, she was just foot perfect. And I don't know, they think she must have crossing the road crossing before the ditch wall. They think that maybe she tore her collateral there because there was a funny step because the injury that she had wouldn't just happen from a weird jump. And so at first I thought, oh, she just didn't read, and I didn't get there soon enough in the 4 that's my 18-year-old son bringing me my computer.
Hey there.
Yeah, there we go. So I don't have to hold this. So
Perfect.
yeah, that was really disappointing and heartbreaking. And she's alive, and that's all that matters, really. But
that's right. And don't mean to interrupt. I know you were very upset, and that was Fleece Work. Give her her full name and then her bar name. Yep. And
yeah,
what's her bar name?
Royal, Rory.
And so I saw you afterward, and you were devastated. But what you just said, you said, she's gonna come through it, and she's gonna push through, and that's great. She got immediate attention. She went to Hagyard, correct?
Yeah.
So here you are, your heart broken a bit, right? But you still have a big test in front of you, right? You have to fly over to Badminton on the biggest test probably in your life at Badminton, correct?
And Tamie, before you do that, I just want to throw this out there really quickly, because I was watching it on TV, and I know you're going to say, well, yeah, of course. But like, in all reality, kudos to you for knowing instantly that something was wrong and stopping and dealing with it, because when the competitive juices are flowing, I've seen other people not immediately realize it. And, I'm sure you've been told that and whatever, but I just think when people do the right thing in that moment, just instinctively, that's great. So well done.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I did know something, actually knew something wasn't right when she landed off of B, and C was right there, like 3 strides away. Whoa. Anyway, it's behind us, and she's okay, and we've got an embryo out of her, and they say she has a 50% chance of kind of making a comeback. I think Judy, her owner, and I are realistic in that, like, to think that a horse can go back to sorry, I lost you. Whoa. To go back to
sort of like jump in the water.
To go back to 5-star after an injury like that, it seems kind of impossible, but we'll just take it day by day. And she's a mare, and she's phenomenal, so we'll get some babies from her. But I actually had I swear it's like no good deed goes unpunished. I had a torn ligament in my ankle that weekend. I still have a torn ligament in my ankle. Broken hand, and my 4-star horses were green. They didn't quite, I didn't ride well on my first one, and my second one was quite green at the Coffin. So, I'm kind of in this like very influx situation where I'm feeling a little bit, how am I going to go over to Badminton and do this? And like always, I just, put my head down to the grindstone and tried to focus on what was in front of me, and got an earlier flight because I knew I wasn't show jumping that afternoon, and got over to Badminton sooner and got to see Lexus, and Avery Klunick flew over with him, and we, I basically just got over there and we got in a lorry with Matt Flynn and went to Aston to go cross country school. So I was able to do that on Monday afternoon. And he felt as great as he did when he left on Wednesday from Kentucky. So I got to Badminton. He was wild. He was the most wild he's ever been. I know people say that, like, he's so, he's such a showman, but he made me nervous. Like, he was like, I couldn't get his head down, which is shocking. I have horses I can't get their head down on. That wouldn't be one of them. So I was a little bit worried because he just knows. He was like that at Kentucky a little bit last year. But this was like times 5. And I don't know, I just kept staying focused. I trusted our, what I knew, and that he knows me and he trusts me and I trust him. And we went in and, I had a good dressage test, but I know it could have been better. I think we all think that as competitors. We always know, even when it's perfect, we almost think we could be better. But he was pretty electric going into that ring, and I just, he broke to canter in one of my in my half pass, and I kind of went, I gotta fake it, pretend like he's just relaxed, and so, but he got better through the test, and I was 5th, I think, overall after day 2. So it was a good place going into cross country. I was feeling really great about the cross country. I was a little bit nervous there was 18 efforts between 6 and 8 minutes. So in 2 minutes, we had 18 efforts. And I didn't know how that would handle, how he would handle that. He's not a blood horse. I knew it was going to make the horses tired. I didn't know how tired it would make them. I mean, that's something I don't think any of us, even at Badminton, have ever trained for, because I don't think you've ever seen anything like that at a 5-star. So I had a very, strategic plan of going out and just staying very smooth. And we had 2 long gallops towards the end of the course that we could make up time. And if I could make it up then, and he wasn't tired, then great. And if I couldn't, then I knew something more about my horse. I mean, you just don't ever know. I think there were several people in that class, in that division, that got held, that were probably thanking baby Jesus for it, because those horses were looking a little bit tired, and they got a 15-20 minute break from random holds on course. And so unfortunately it wasn't my luck to have a hold, but I'm a student of the sport. And so the first thing I did after Badminton was like, okay, how can I be faster? How can I be faster on the cross country? And how can my horse be fitter for that type of test, So, and then the show jumping, I mean,
well, before we do the show jumping, Tamie, let's do this. So you had a plan. It was obviously strategic. And then we're going to give a little tease, because we're going to take a break. You went in and you did okay in show jumping. So let's check in with our sponsors, and then we're going to come right back, and you're going to tell us how we felt on Sunday morning. All right?
Okay. Yep.
All right. We will be right back. Jump for Joy fences are easy to move, lightweight, durable, and low maintenance. So we're out here on the cross country. We just finished over in the show jumping over the Jump for Joy fences. Had a great time schooling over them. They're really nice and easy to move, so we were able to adjust some things and really have the exact school that we needed thanks to the Jump for Joy fences. I love them. Order yours at jumpforjoyusa.com. When it comes time to compete, I demand the best out of my horses and myself. That's why Elemental Fit Lab, the home of CrossFit antics, is my home gym. Coach Vilma and her team create a fun, welcoming environment for athletes of all levels. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned athlete, Elemental Fit Lab will guide you towards a stronger, healthier version of you. Mention the John and Rick Show to get 3 free personal training sessions with enrollment. Jay and Pip Hambley of Glenarden Farms are located in Fergus, Ontario, Canada, and Williston, Florida. Looking to get an edge at the competitions? Jay and Pip will use their years of experience as advanced level competitors to teach, coach, and train you and your horse to be your best. Looking for your next horse? Pip is one of the best and specializes in sourcing quality thoroughbreds. Jay is a level 4-5 FEI course designer and designs extensively throughout the world. Come compete at the recognized horse trials in Canada this summer. They also have cross-country jumps in stock for you to take home, or Jay can custom build exactly what you need. Contact Pip at 519-820-0586.
Welcome back to the John and Rick Show, brought to you by Horse Trailer Pros. We're here with the magnificent Tamie Smith, and she is going to take us into the Black Stallions jog on Sunday at Badminton, and then off to the show jump. Tell us what happened.
It was actually funny that, as everybody's seen, if you haven't been there and you've seen it on live stream, the amount of people, the crowds for the trot up is astronomical. But I think that they had record crowds this year. I think they said there was 110,000 people on cross country day, which was remarkable. But he was feeling as fresh as a daisy. So he just was absolutely on his tippy toes doing the trot up, and I'm trying to pretend like I'm sound, not to make him look unsound, stiff-legged as I trotted next to him, because I was not going to have somebody else to present my horse at Badminton. I was going to man up and figure it out. But he felt great. And then I warmed up for cross country. Scott Keach is my show jumping coach, and he's invested quite a bit of time in me the last 2 years. And we spoke about, the course, because I had walked it earlier, and then went over a plan of about my warm up. And Eric Devander was there to set jumps for me and go kind of over the course and what I had planned with Scott. And it all went to plan. He went into the ring and he absolutely nailed it. And I actually feel like I rode well. So it was really awesome. It was really fun.
Yeah, you did.
Well,
okay.
I watched. Yeah, you did okay. So you accidentally said Scott Keach warmed you up for cross country. We all know you meant show jump. So, but Scott Keach, yeah, you were still on the cross country. It's okay. We gotcha. So obviously the show jump.
I don't think I
was
said that
tough.
Scott warmed me up, but
I don't think
you're
you did either.
drinking
But
wine.
it's okay.
It's okay. Well, we got you prepared. But
Yes.
anyway, we're gonna keep going with the show jump itself. And boy, it was tough. I mean, it was tough. So walk us through what your plan was. You said you had a plan, you went out there, time was tough to make. I mean, rails were coming down. Where in the course did you say, gosh, I feel really good?
Like 2 strides before the last oxer.
Very good. Say,
Yeah.
Here we are.
I think I started to
super.
smile 2 strides before the last oxer.
That's awesome. So your overall impression of Badminton, what do you think?
I can't wait to be back. It was unbelievable. I'm like, how do I get 2 more horses to, how do I have 2 horses next time? It was just absolutely unbelievable. It was big and it was bold riding. I would say the cross country, there was some technicality there, but I don't think not as maybe as much as in the past from what I've been told, but it was big, bold riding. And I thought it was a perfect track for him. He loves galloping and jumping those big jumps. And it was a blast. It's pretty awesome when you're walking up to, they say the horses, they can make the brush up to what, 1.45 meters,
Right.
or something like that. And like, they don't brush through that stuff over there. Like, it's not, you can't brush through that. Yeah. It's like branches. It's not brush. And it was just such an unbelievable field. The big water at the top of the hill with the drop, like the video doesn't do it justice. It was, I think, 2 meters. It was huge. I thought, oh my God, my ankle is really gonna, like, that's not gonna be good. But I landed and I went, my ankle didn't hurt. I kicked him. It was, I was kind of battling this injury at the same time. And I think that played a little bit into me being faster for next time, but also you just, it's that horse's second 5-star. I mean, I know I'm older, but I'm green at the 5-star level. I mean, truth be told, like that's my 4th 5-star. My first time at badminton, and your 100% goal is to get around in a decent amount of time and be clean and do it in style. And that was my goal. And I've heard some criticism about, that I could have gone faster. And man, I mean, honestly, if there wasn't 18 jumps in 2 minutes between 6 and 8 minutes, I probably would have, but you don't know.
The reality
what
is,
do.
Tammy, if you had gone 5 time penalties quicker, maybe you could have pulled that off, but would you have then had a rail the next day? Right. Like, who knows? So to me, I wouldn't listen to anybody who's going to be critical except your inner circle who's trying to help you improve. You made everybody back home here proud. So well done. And
very proud.
That show jump around on Sunday was incredible. So you're back home now in California?
Yes.
So you're recovering from the ankle. Are you going to get healed up?
Yeah, I have an event this weekend that I'm going to go do. And then my month of June will be very light riding, lots of riding without stirrups on the flat.
Right. And then how about Lexus? Where's he at?
He's currently in the air right now. He got to spend a couple weeks at Tim and Janelle's in the big field on the side of a hill with a pig.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah, so that was nice. What was that?
I said with the pig.
With the pig. And it took him like 2 days, and now he loves the pig. So yeah, it was actually nice for him to kind of let down and get to be on the, big grass field. So I think that was good. And he gets home basically out of quarantine on Friday. So while I'm already away, so I don't get to see him until Sunday night when I get home late, but it'll be good to see him.
And then what's the plan for him going forward, sort of the rest of the season?
I don't know. We wait for team selection for WEG. And if that doesn't happen, I'll take him to Burley.
Cool. Well, I think you're going to be on the team, but if you're not, Burley's
I think you're on the team. That's what I say.
Burley's not a bad backup.
Says you're on the team.
Is that your like crystal ball, that little flower?
That's my crystal ball.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for taking
some other questions about that.
Sure, go ahead. What do you want to know?
Not on video.
not on the show.
Oh wait,
not
let
on
me
the
look
show.
at my hat. Can you read my hat? Can you read it?
Well, if you wouldn't move it so much. Snapchat. Something about Snapchat. Oh, I signed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I signed
You
it.
signed it in Kentucky, and I wore it when you were riding at badminton. So it's my lucky hat.
Oh,
for you.
good. Maybe you should have been wearing it when I was riding it at Kentucky.
Yeah, I think I can't remember if you signed it. I think I was wearing it, but that we're gonna just.
I hadn't signed it yet. Yeah, I hadn't signed it yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get an autographed hat or something, maybe underpants. I don't know.
Oh, then you can't show it.
You want me to sign your pants?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'm sure Jen wouldn't mind. She's right here.
So.
She'd be fine with it.
Jen said, if I took remember when Jenny said, Tammy has a crush on you, and Jen said, if you can pay his bills, you can have him.
Yeah, and you didn't take me, did you?
No, I was like, forget that.
Yeah, we're good.
I love it.
Well, listen, Tammy, thanks for coming on. Again, congratulations. You were awesome. And I feel like we'll be watching you at the team competition here very shortly this year again. So good luck.
Fingers crossed.
Good luck with everything. Heal up, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thanks so much. We will.
Thank you.
Thank you. Talk to you later.
All right. So listen, everybody, we appreciate you coming and watching the show with us. Make sure you check us out on all your podcast players, on YouTube, on Facebook, and give us reviews, please. That really helps. Comment on YouTube. That helps with the algorithms for getting all the shows out there. Really helps us out. And most importantly, Rick, they need to support our sponsors. So make sure you guys pay attention to who our sponsors are in the commercials and support them, because they're all great, great people, great companies.
I agree with you. Great show, John. Thanks everybody for being on and listening, and we will see you on the next episode. Wallace.
And I have John Holly here with me.
3 phases, dressage, cross country, show jump. And you're out on course and something's going wrong or going right, you know how to react to what they're doing.
It was built originally to be a schooling facility, and so everything's set up very conveniently.